What if the world's most terrifying predator never truly went extinct? The Megalodon, a giant prehistoric shark believed to have vanished millions of years ago, might still be lurking in the depths. But why would scientists keep such a massive secret? There are whispers of fear, cover-ups, and secrets too dark to surface, reasons that might make you question everything you thought you knew about the ocean. Imagine waking up to the news that a massive, ancient predator like the Megalodon is still roaming our oceans. The sheer thought of this colossal shark lurking beneath the waves would likely send shockwaves through the public. Beaches could empty overnight, and people would avoid the ocean in droves, terrified of becoming a snack for this prehistoric giant. The fear of such a creature could lead to widespread panic, similar to when early explorers first reported sightings of giant squids, which stirred terror and fascinated imaginations. Scientists and governments might want to keep the existence of a megalodon a secret to prevent this kind of chaos, knowing that such a revelation could disrupt coastal communities, scare off tourists, and create a sense of unease every single time someone even thought about going for a swim. The aim would be to maintain order and prevent fear from spreading uncontrollably, allowing us to enjoy our ocean experiences without imagining a 50-foot shark lurking just below the surface. Beyond the immediate fear and panic, acknowledging the existence of a megalodon could have serious economic consequences for ocean-related industries. Imagine the ripple effect. Tourism could plummet as people decide to avoid beaches and coastal destinations altogether, fearing that a giant predator could be lurking in the deep. Fishing industries might suffer as well if a megalodon is roaming the oceans. Who would want to risk being on a boat or losing valuable catch to a hungry prehistoric shark? Shipping routes could also be affected, with companies opting for longer, more expensive paths to avoid known hunting grounds for this enormous creature. We've seen similar situations before, like when shark attacks caused tourism to drop and fishermen to become more cautious, impacting local economies heavily dependent on the ocean. By keeping the existence of megalodons under wraps, authorities might be trying to protect these vital industries from collapsing under the weight of fear and the very real dangers posed by a massive unseen predator. After all, it's hard to sell a beach vacation or a fresh catch of fish when everyone's thinking about the gigantic shark that could just swallow the entire boat. Admitting that megalodons still exist would do more than just scare people and disrupt industries, it would also turn the scientific world upside down. If a massive predator like the megalodon, believed to be extinct for millions of years, suddenly reappeared, it would shatter our current understanding of evolution, extinction, and our ocean ecosystems. Scientists have built entire theories and careers on the belief that these giants are long gone. A revelation like this would force a rewrite of textbooks, research papers, and the fundamental principles that marine biologists and paleontologists have stood by for decades. It would call into question the credibility of experts who have confidently declared megalodons extinct, possibly shaking public trust in scientific knowledge overall. In essence, confirming the existence of megalodons would mean admitting that we don't know as much about our oceans as we thought, and that kind of uncertainty might be something scientists and the world are just not ready to face. Keeping this colossal secret might just be a way to preserve the current understanding of our natural world, avoiding the chaos of having to rethink everything we thought we knew. Adding fuel to the fire is the idea that there might already be evidence of a megalodon lurking in our oceans, only to be swept under the rug by scientists and the authorities. There are countless stories of fishermen, sailors, and deep-sea explorers who claim to have seen something far bigger than any known shark, describing massive shadows passing under boats or witnessing sudden, inexplicable disappearances of large marine animals. Some have even captured strange sonar readings or blurred, controversial footage that they insist shows a creature too big to be anything else. Yet, each time these stories surface, they are quickly dismissed by the scientific community as misidentification falsifications, hoaxes, or simply the result of overactive imaginations. This consistent discrediting leads to a lingering suspicion. What if these denials are part of a deliberate cover-up to keep the existence of the Megalodon a secret? After all, acknowledging such evidence would not only validate the fears and chaos previously mentioned, but also challenge the authority of those who have claimed the Megalodon is a myth. Keeping a lid on these sightings might be seen as a necessary measure to prevent public hysteria and maintain control over what we believe to be true about the creatures that inhabit our world. Adding another layer of mystery is the possibility of government involvement in covering up the existence of megalodons. If this prehistoric predator were proven to still be alive, it wouldn't just cause fear and disrupt scientific beliefs, it could also hit economies hard. Governments, knowing the potential for the panic and collapse of ocean-related industries, might find it easier to keep such a discovery under wraps. We've seen this kind of behavior before with alleged cover-ups involving the presence of endangered species in populated areas where authorities downplay sightings to avoid drawing attention or causing alarm. By controlling the narrative, they can protect the public's safety, prevent economic fallout, and maintain the status quo. If there's even a shred of truth to these cover-up theories, it's not hard to imagine that acknowledging a living megalodon could lead to chaos on a much larger scale, affecting everything from tourism to shipping lanes, and perhaps even sparking debates about marine conservation and safety measures. Keeping the existence of a megalodon a secret might just be a strategic move to prevent society from spiraling into fear and uncertainty. Acknowledging the existence of a megalodon wouldn't just cause public panic and upend scientific theories, it could also threaten the entire landscape of modern marine research. The moment that we confirm that a megalodon is still swimming in our oceans, all eyes and funds would likely shift toward studying this incredible discovery. Research on other crucial topics like coral reef conservation or deep-sea ecosystems might suddenly find itself on the back burner as funding is diverted to chase after this one sensational predator. In science, money often flows towards the most pressing or fascinating question of the moment, and a living megalodon would undoubtedly become the new star of the show. Current marine research projects could be stalled or even cancelled as the world's attention and research dollars fixate on unraveling the mystery of this gigantic shark. This could undermine decades of work and progress in other areas of ocean science, ultimately slowing down our overall understanding of marine ecosystems. So, keeping the existence of a megalodon a secret might be a way to preserve the balance of marine research, ensuring that all parts of the ocean get the attention that they need, rather than allowing one prehistoric predator to hog the scientific spotlight. And we just know it would. Like, honestly, if we found out that megalodons were still there, how could we not? The idea that megalodons could still be swimming in our oceans taps into a much larger issue: the power of skepticism in mainstream science. Scientists and experts often dismiss fringe theories like the existence of a prehistoric shark as mere fantasy to protect their authority and credibility. This skepticism isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's a way to ensure that only well-supported, rigorously tested ideas are accepted. I definitely understand that. But history shows us that sometimes mainstream science gets it wrong. Take, for example, the once ridiculed concept of continental drift, which was initially dismissed by geologists before becoming a cornerstone of modern Earth science. Or think about the discovery of the coelacanth, a fish believed to have been extinct for millions of years, which was later found alive and well. If megalodons are out there, admitting their existence would mean that mainstream science would have to eat a hefty slice of humble pie, acknowledging that they too can miss the mark. Keeping the idea of a living megalodon relegated to the realm of myth might just be a way for the scientific community to avoid admitting that they could be wrong again, maintaining their authority and control over what is considered real knowledge. Now, for the most terrifying point on this list. If the Megalodon were proven to exist today, it wouldn't just be a topic for scientists and thrill seekers, it could also attract the attention of governments and military forces around the world, turning this ancient predator into a potential tool for weaponization. Yes, I have seen the Meg too. Think about it. A creature of that size and power could be seen as the ultimate biological weapon, capable of stealthily taking down ships or disrupting enemy operations in coastal areas. History has shown us that when a strategic advantage is at stake, governments won't hesitate to exploit biological resources. During World War II, for instance, there were attempts to train animals like dolphins and sea lions for military purposes, using their natural abilities to serve human agendas. In the case of the Megalodon, some might speculate that secret programs could emerge, aimed at harnessing its fearsome capabilities for military use, or at the very least to study its behaviors and biology in a highly classified setting. By keeping the existence of the Megalodon a secret, governments could prevent other nations from pursuing similar interests, maintaining a balance of power and avoiding an arms race over who controls the ocean's deadliest creature. The discovery of a living Megalodon would also spark a whirlwind of ethical dilemmas and conservation debates. On one hand, this prehistoric predator would be a remarkable find, possibly the most significant in marine biology. But on the other hand, its existence could pose a direct threat to humans and other marine life, creating a very tricky situation. Should we protect this ancient creature, study it closely, or even try to contain it somehow? Conservationists would be torn between the desire to preserve a rare species and the need to safeguard people and ecosystems. This isn't just theoretical, we've seen similar ethical quandaries with dangerous or invasive species like the Burmese python in Florida or great white sharks in popular swimming areas. With the Megalodon, the stakes would be even higher, as its sheer size and power could disrupt entire oceanic food chains and habitats. Deciding its fate would challenge our current approaches to conservation and force us to ask tough questions about how far we're willing to go to protect something that could be as dangerous as it is rare. By keeping its existence under wraps, authorities might aim to avoid these thorny ethical debates and maintain a sense of normalcy in our current conservation efforts. Admitting that the Megalodon is still alive would force humanity to confront one of our deepest fears: the unknown. The idea that a massive ancient predator could still be lurking in the ocean's depths is unsettling because it suggests that there could be other creatures out there just as formidable and undiscovered. Our oceans are already home to countless mysteries, with new and bizarre species being discovered regularly, like the colossal squid or the ghostly deep-sea anglerfish, which have both challenged our understanding of marine life and reminded us of how little we actually know about the vast underwater world. If a Megalodon were added to that list, it would be a stark reminder that the ocean is still a largely unexplored frontier, filled with secrets beyond our comprehension. This fear of the unknown taps into a primal part of us, stirring imaginations and sparking anxiety about what else could be out there lurking in the shadows. By keeping the existence of the Megalodon a secret, authorities might be trying to shield us from this unsettling realization, allowing us to swim and explore the seas without constantly looking over our shoulders, wondering what might be just out of sight in the deep, dark waters. Alright guys, that has been our list for today. Thanks so much for checking it out. I've been your host today, Olivia Kozlowski, and I will see you again very soon. Goodbye, Mr. Megalodon.